The story I'm about to share with you is actually a story that's well known. Well, okay, maybe not so well known. A lot of people, I think, may not have heard this story, but they may know of the brand Yahoo.com. So Yahoo, the brand, and it was a massive company way back in the 90s. As of 1994, I recall. No, I was 1999. I began to learn to use HTML coding. A young man called Victor on Sapele Road, okay, in Benin City, Edo State, was the person who taught me basic HTML coding in Notepad. And at that time, Yahoo was the all-in-all of everything. You know, it was a search engine. It offered email, news, and all of that. If you wanted anything, you went to Yahoo. Okay. As years went on, Google, which was a small engine at that time, was getting bigger. So the story, I'm going to link to the article here. I just love the fact that this article combined it, because I've been aware of Yahoo's, how do I put it now, roller coaster of wrong decision making with regard to the opportunities for growth. And I always felt ultimately it boiled down to the fact that the decision makers in Yahoo had the wrong mindset, all right, and it cost the company, all right. And that's, you see, those decision makers, the people that are in the company taking the final, who are the ones that have to decide what goes or what does not go, what is approved or what is not approved. If you have the wrong set of people there, it will lead to the demise of the company. The longevity of that brand is going to be put in jeopardy, and that's what happened with Yahoo. But the story, let me just tell it as that it happened. It's a cautionary tale. That's the way I'll put it. And I'm actually I was inspired to Google and look for this story because of something that happened recently, in which I saw. Well, let me just say it's an experience I had recently. Something I heard about and told me that, okay, people still have this attitude where they feel that they are bigger than some other people today, and therefore whatever those people are bringing, they should look down perpetually on those people and whatever they are proposing, and they should always have the final say, and they should always look for the biggest cut, and they should never look for potential in the other people. Anyway, back to the story. Okay, so the Google opportunity. Google came to them twice. First, in 1998, Google came. At that time, they offered, I think it was just about 1 million they were looking for. Yahoo decided not to acquire them, right? And basically, they didn't see potential. And I'm saying that people make a mistake of getting carried away. They get swollen-headed when they think they are bigger than you. They just ignore your potential, or they refuse to look deep below the surface of the fact that you're just a startup, and they miss the opportunity to identify the potential you have, and therefore snatch you up when that opportunity presents itself. Richard Branson has shown that he's a smart guy. That's why you see he's the owner of, or the chairman of, a global group of companies, over 400 businesses under him. But he's not the one running each of them. He actually allowed the vision owner to be the one that is in the driving seat while he provides support using the massive resources available to the Virgin Group. All right, so that's the way to operate. But people don't understand that. They're always thinking too small. So Yahoo had the opportunity first time in 98, $1 million. They missed it. They passed it up. They dismissed the potential of the brand. 2002, Google still came back and said, "You guys, we are good to go. Come on board, man. Take us on. You can help us grow, and we can all grow together." $5 billion. Yahoo ignored all that, and then ultimately, Google grew and blew up. Today, according to estimates, Google is worth over $1 trillion. All right, one of the most valuable companies in the world. Okay, then the attention shifted. 2006, Yahoo was still flexing muscles at that time. They were still not down. They tried to acquire Facebook for $1 billion. I didn't know that. I actually thought Facebook was one that put them. That's, as the article says, Facebook was still growing. Of course, we all know in 2006 compared to what we have now, Facebook was still a young brand then. And Facebook CEO, that's Zuckerberg, said no, the offer was small. Now, all Yahoo had to do was, okay, this small boy is saying what we're giving him is too small. Let's step it up. Some people say, you see small picking, just because they show you attention, you can't flex. Wait till you say again, all this small baby. That's the thing. The arrogance that comes from thinking because you are big today, you will always be bigger than the other person who's talking to you. Big mistake. So, according to the article, they said it was rumored that if they had just stepped up the offer to a little bit higher than $1 billion, which should have been at 1.1 billion, then that the Facebook board might have pushed for Zuckerberg to accept. Unfortunately, Yahoo did not do that. The deal fell through, and today we know that Facebook is massive, $900 billion. Then there's the Microsoft one. I never knew about this actually. I never knew about this, that they had a deal with Microsoft at all. But apparently in 2008, Microsoft tried to acquire Yahoo, okay, because the thing was dying little by little, I remember it just kept going down and going further down. But Yahoo thought they were still much more. Remember what I said about the people at the top, the decision makers, the mindset they have can ruin the company. Because they got so carried away with their success. And that's the thing. Success can make you complacent. You lose the edge that you had before that enabled you to see accurately. So you get blinded by your success, you get swollen headed, and then you begin to make a string of wrong decisions that ultimately leads to the demise of your brand. That's exactly what was happening with Yahoo. They were losing out. Now people were trying to acquire them. They were still thinking wrongly. And that's what happened when Microsoft came with this offer. So they were offered for $6 billion. They didn't take it. Okay, they believed they were worth more, so they rejected the offer. And then today what's happening? They were acquired by Verizon for less than $5 billion in 2016. Look at that. Crazy. The same brand that was over, oh God Almighty. Nobody is immune to errors, but when you have a string of errors, when it becomes a pattern, then it's you that's at fault. You are the problem. All right. So then you have the Tumblr and Netflix again. Another one I didn't know. I didn't know that either of these two companies had any relationship with Yahoo at all. But apparently, Yahoo had the option to acquire Netflix. They didn't. For $4 billion, they did not do that. Instead, they went and acquired Tumblr for $1.1 billion. Long story short, Tumblr failed. And Netflix today is it's a money spinner. That just tells you everything you need to know. And the last paragraph of this article, I just think this guy just summarized it so perfectly. I'm going to read it out. Yahoo's story serves as use the same word, as a cautionary tale for businesses everywhere. Everywhere. In a series of missed opportunities and poor decisions ultimately led to its downfall. By failing to recognize the potential of companies like Google, Microsoft, Facebook, and Netflix, Yahoo lost the chance to maintain its status as an internet giant. As the landscape of technology and the internet continue to evolve, businesses must learn from Yahoo's mistakes and seize opportunities to stay ahead in an ever-changing and competitive market. I'm going to summarize by saying this. There's a certain brand owner that I know that has an attitude in which this individual is constantly open to ideas and opportunities for growth and collaboration and cooperation. I believe that individual, as a result, has always been able to evolve the brand to greater heights, to the extent that success is now kind of happening on a more continual basis. Anybody that wants to succeed in today's competitive world, where you cannot even predict what the market outcome will be tomorrow, an environment in which you know that technology can make changes happen in a matter of hours and days, you've got to make sure that you evaluate every opportunity for growth on its own merits and stop being close-minded based on the fact that you are currently the big dog in the yard. Because you may be the big dog in the yard tonight, and tomorrow morning you wake up to hear that another bigger dog has emerged next door to you and has completely decimated your rankings. Many people make this mistake. And in particular, in a space like Nigeria, I see it happening a lot. The minute they are big, when you come to them, they think you are too small to talk to them. The thing is, 5-10 years from now, check those kind of people out. They're probably, quite often you find out that they're actually no longer in the reckoning. And there's been a new player. Check the industry, see what I mean. Ultimately the decision is up to you about how you're going to respond to offers for partnerships, collaborations, and things like that. It's never, in fact, it's very unlikely that you'll ever do so and lose out in the long run if you make the right choice of partners. But many people are just so carried away by the success they are getting, the fact that they are big, and they ignore the opportunities for growth through collaboration and partnerships. And it ultimately costs them in the long run. But more importantly, they fail to look for potential in others. I hope you learn from this. I wish you well.